a few more days of encounters like this. Rishi Sunak visiting a bakery in North London this afternoon.
You had a nice weekend.
With the election now around the corner, today he maintained he would still be Prime Minister on Friday and defended his party's record when challenged over whether the country was better now than when the Conservatives took charge.
We had a once-in-a-century pandemic, followed by a war in Ukraine that drove up everyone's bills, and of course that's been difficult for everybody. But we've also made progress in tackling those things. Inflation back to normal, the economy growing again, wages rising, energy bills set to fall again just next week, and now we're able to start cutting people's taxes to give them financial security.
Labour took a break from big campaign events today, but are mindful of the fact they need their huge lead in the polls to actually translate into votes.
I'm proud of the campaign that we've run. I think we've put forward real and meaningful change and done it with an eye on responsibility because of the legacy that we're going to get after 14 years of the Tories. But change will only come if people vote for it on Thursday.
Winning back seats in Scotland is one of Labour's tasks next week. The SNP accused both main parties of not being honest with voters about what lies ahead.
There is that conspiracy of silence. There's £18 billion worth of public sector cuts which are agreed by both the Labour Party and the Conservative Party. That's a choice that they are making at this election. We of course oppose that. We believe that there should be investment in our public services, investment in our NHS, and we need to get away from this race to the bottom on austerity that exists in Westminster.
The Liberal Democrat leader, Sir Ed Davey, is ending his campaign as it began, with stunts that make a splash. So he gets the chance to talk about what his party's MPs would argue for if more of them are returned to Parliament.
That'll be a fair deal on the NHS and care, it'll be a fair deal on cost of living, it'll be a fair deal on the environment and many other issues. So that manifesto, if people vote Liberal Democrat, will be our marching orders to deal with any government and any bill and any policy that comes forward.
At a Reform UK rally in Birmingham, its leader Nigel Farage batted away concerns about what he described as a few bad apples in and around his party. He thinks the election result is already decided and insists reform will have a role to play.
For democracy to function, there has to be a concerted voice of opposition, challenge. The Conservatives can't do that because they'll be in opposition but not the opposition because they're so divided. But also, the point about Reform UK is it's not just about a voice in Parliament, it's a voice in the country.
The time for party pitches nearly over as the moment to decide approaches. Lena Nafi, BBC News.